Sky News, a renowned TV channel of Britain, has made a documentary on the secret detention cells in Bangladesh. These cells are known as Aynaghor in local premises. Let's check out their report.
For years, dark, dangerous currents raged beneath the surface in Bangladesh. Rivers, a final resting place for sordid secrets. Hiding stories of alleged state-led brutality. Dumping grounds for political captives. The victims of a secret network of underground prisons we will take you to the very heart of, where it's claimed targets face torture and death.
This is the Buriganga River, where victims who'd allegedly been shot dead were dumped, their bodies tied to cement bags to make them sink, and their families never told what had happened to them.
These are some of the faces of the many still missing, abducted from streets and homes. A special commission set up to investigate enforced disappearances now already has 1,700 complaints. Nabila Idris thinks there could be more than 3,500 victims, but her work is very complex.
These large waterways provided an excellent source of body disposal, right? And this is why it's proving very difficult for any forensic evidence to be established, because it doesn't exist, it's all in there. People would be shot beside bridges, bodies would be thrown over, their bellies would be slit, and cement or bricks would be pushed inside so they'd be weighed down.
You've got an enormous caseload on your hands. Are you confident that you already have a compelling case of state-backed torture?
Absolutely. We got that within the first 2-3 months.
Bangladesh's former leader, Sheikh Hasina, now in
All the
exile in
killers
India,
together.
is accused of directly ordering enforced disappearances, which she denies. She framed her crackdown as a war on terror. But we're going to show you the brutal reality of it for the first time.
This is one of the cells.
Secret torture cells where her opponents were held. Some spent years blindfolded in windowless rooms. Now prosecutors are building a case for crimes against humanity.
Save me from this danger.
Save me from this danger.
Yeah.
Most were critics of the government, held here by Rapid Action Battalion, an elite counter-terrorism force described by human rights observers as an in-house death squad.
You get a really powerful sense here of just how claustrophobic it must have felt. People in total darkness and isolation, spending most of their days locked in rooms with no light.
Lurking behind a door is the grim legacy of interrogation, built
The
to torture
infamous
the mind and
rotating
body.
chair.
It's alleged detainees were strapped into this chair and spun at high speed. Others hung from the ceiling or shackled. In this room we find bags of banned drugs, counterfeit money, even explosives. Prosecutors say it's fake evidence planted on detainees to justify keeping them here. And this is just one of many sites now being uncovered across the country.
So far we have identified there are about 7 to 800 detention centers they have developed.
Do you allege that Sheikh Hasina had knowledge and involvement in these forced disappearances?
We have interviewed some of the perpetrators, the commanders of the different discipline forces, and they have stated that they did everything as per the order of the Prime Minister. What Hasina did is nothing but a crimes against humanity. And that's why we will prove it in the courtroom.
This is the first secret jail to be exposed. It was codenamed House of Mirrors, hidden in a military compound. Exhaust fans roared constantly. The aim?
Pathetic.
To send prisoners into madness.
The military we are
Michael
proud of.
Chakman, recently made it out. The indigenous rights activist is freed into a forest, blindfolded, glimpsing sunlight for the first time since 2019.
Were you scared for your life?
Yeah, I never thought that I could come out from that place. It was 5 years, 4 months. 4 months.
Many
I couldn't see any
almost
light,
did not
anything.
come
No
out alive.
sunlight for more than 5 years.
More than 5 years, no sunlight.
Think of a life
His family had already held a funeral for him, but suddenly
of the
he could
prisoners.
see a future.
What
Then
to call them.
after untie my eyes, then I saw the world again. After 4 months.
What did they do?
Overwhelming, but still, he was fearful.
I always thought that someone must be waiting for me.
His case has given hope and relief, but it's now clear there were many House of Mirrors.
All these detention centers were justified as, like being part of Sheikh Hasina's war against terrorism. We cannot
War
deny
against
that there are
terrorism.
some terrorist groups in Bangladesh, but what now is becoming clearer is that a large part of Sheikh Hasina's war against terrorism, which was supported by Brits and Americans and Europeans,
Yeah.
that was fake. Many of the cases were simply trumped up.
Hundreds of families have spent years watching doors, making beds, preparing for elusive reunions. Campaigners are now increasingly vocal.
Oh, Miss Tule.
Humanly not possible to go to, pass through this kind of trauma every day. And
Sanjid Islam.
kids, these wives, we say them half widows, 12 years, they don't know the whereabouts of their husbands.
Brother was
Sanjida
Sajidul
has her own
Islam.
trauma. Her brother, Shahjejul, a member of
Sajidul
Hasina's
Islam.
rival party, disappeared in 2013.
Sheikh Hasina.
And
then
BNP
is
is not
ousted,
bothered about
and
that
yet
at
you're
all.
still
They're bothered about
waiting.
election.
How challenging has this long wait for news been for you?
If he's not alive, then where they have thrown him, I don't know that place, to go and pray. So it is heavier for us, heavier for each of us who lost their family members.
You need a place to mourn.
It is an
that's very
excruciating limbo
inhuman.
for the whole family.
And your mother looks for him every night.
She prays and then she opens the gate and then she looks for if anyone throws anyone in front of the gate.
This is all that's left of Sheikh Hasina's family home, destroyed by protesters. There is an
Everything
arrest warrant
ends.
out for the ex-leader, but Hasina denies the accusations against her and claims
Of
she's being
course she
politically
denies.
persecuted. Getting her in front of a court will be a very tall order. Cordelia Lynch, Sky News, Bangladesh.
Not bad. Good one. Good documentary. This type of oppression, torture, people just got vanished for some Facebook post, for writing in blogs, for commenting somewhere, for giving a good or positive reaction in an anti-fascist post. What? Seriously? Okay, and now this is where we have reached.